Well, hello. Tried this twice, and I'm hoping three is a charm. So let me take that little space that's right there out, just for grins and giggles. And before we get started on the verify date function, I want to move a few things around. I'd like to take this set screen right here, and I want to put it inside of that if statement. This if statement's only going to execute if this Boolean variable, valid birth date, is true. At the moment, verify date, when the verify date function gets called, it's automatically sending back true, which lets us get in there and lets us call this other function that we have here. Just a little bit, we're going to break that. So I want to take that and I want to drag it and just put it right inside there. So you can drag and drop that. You can still leave the console.log comment down there for right now. Now, if you had been in class, or if you go on to our assignment on Google Classroom, let's see. I've got some code here. Let's see, a couple videos I've already made here. So this is the code that I got done right up towards the end of class before last week. And here we have a verify date function, and it's got all this stuff in it. So, I mean, you're able to go to this Google Doc and copy all this code. I don't know, will it let me do it here? Let's see. It's getting all, it looks like it's getting all the 9 numbers and a bunch of other stuff I don't want. And I'm not going to worry about it, but you can go to this document, open it up in a separate browser window, and you can copy that code like I'm about to. I already have, actually, secretly. And I'm just going to paste it right here into this one, and let's talk about it, okay? Most of you were in class when I did this. A few of you were absent. What's going on here is, verify date is getting past 3 parameters, okay? And we're going to use those 3 parameters to make sure that they actually represent a month, a day, and a year that actually exists. And this code works, but it does not take care of months with 30 days, and it does not take care of February and its pesky little leap years. So, I got my valid birth month. It's got to be greater than 0, 1, or less than 13, 12. So that gives me 1 through 12. That's exactly what a valid birth month is going to be, between 1 and 12, inclusive. A valid birthday. There's no day 0 in any month, but as long as it's 1, it's greater than 0. So one's okay all the way up to, I might have not had an equal symbol in there, but make sure that it's less than or equal to 31, just for the moment. Okay. Anyway, that's going to go away. And lastly, we got this valid birth year, and all the people in our class were either born in 05, 06, or 07. So this logic will also, as long as the number they entered is between those 2 values, 05 and 07, we got a valid birth year. We'll get true. Otherwise, these will be false, because these are Boolean variables. They can only be either true or false. So if all 3 of them are true, that's the easy case. We just return true, and we've verified the date. However, if all 3 of them are not true, we need to prompt the user to correct incorrect fields. And that's what we're doing here. So first off, if they did not enter a valid month, we change the output text on this object right there to 1 to 12, please. If they did not enter a valid day, we set the property of the day input, which is this one right here, to 1 to 31, please. And lastly, if they did not enter a valid year, that's what they got wrong. So this code will handle it. No matter what they got wrong, it'll tell them what they got wrong and how they fix it, and it works. But the problem, like I said, is here in the months, we're just saying our month is 31 days long, but actually there are months that are not. So in between these 2 lines of code, this is where the new stuff goes. And this is the stuff this is how I'm going to set the maximum number of days for a month. So I've got this local variable right here. It's called birthday limit. I'm going to define it here. Whenever the verify date function gets called, I initialize this variable at 0. which is definitely not a valid day. But anyway, I haven't gotten to valid birthday yet, so that's all right. Then after this, I need to consider, okay, I'm going to handle 31-day months. And to do this, I'm going to use a compound if statement. And this if statement is going to get really big really fast. I'm going to use the copy and paste method here to go grab past birth month. I'll go ahead and paste it right here. If that is equal to 1, we are talking about the month of January. Now I'm going to copy that, including the OR operator, because there's going to be, like I said, it's going to get long quick, a bunch of these. And we'll paste that. And the next month that's got 31 days is March. So that's going to be month 3. Come over here, put a space, paste it again. The next month that's going to have 31 days will be May. That's the 5th month. I'm going to get away with one more paste, and then I'm going to go to a new line. So the next month is July. That's got 31 days. So that's 7. And then at this OR operator right here, I'm going to hit my Enter key and tab over one time. So it's lined up with that past birth month. Paste again. The next month that's got 31 days immediately follows July. That would be August. And then we've got October is the next 31-day month. And then we have our last 31-day month of the year. Not going to need the OR operator, but we need to have a 12 right there. And if this is the case, and I'm going to move that bracket back. That bracket's in the wrong spot. Let me see. And that's got to be in the right spot. I used the tab key for that. Let's do it again. So inside these curly braces right here, I want to set that birthday limit to 31. Now that's going to set a value in there for the birthday limit to 31. Now, if all of those were false, in other words, if every single one of those were false, we're going to end up getting false. So we need to have a plan B. So now we're going to handle the 30-day months. And we're going to handle them exactly like we handled the 31-day months. So let's just copy the whole thing, even though we're going to be able to throw away a whole bunch of it. So I'll paste that there. We're looking at the 30-day months, so I'll change that to 30. And in fact, I'm not going to need any of those. So right to the parenthesis, I'll pop that right back up there. And let's go through this here now. So let's see. April, this month, is the first 30-day month of the year. June, the 6th month of the year. September, the 9th month of the year. November, the 11th month of the year. These are all the 30-day months of the year. These 30-day months, well, okay, we'll set the birthday limit to 30. Well, we need to have a plan C, however, because now we got to handle February. And I probably misspelled it. I apologize if I did. So for February, this one's going to shift me now to an else if. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on a second. This one right here should have been an else if. Yeah, that should have been an else if. And this one right down here is also going to be, actually, this is the one that's going to be an else. Okay. So, yeah, that had to be an else if in this case. All right. So, if we're not the 31-day months, if we're not the 30-day month, the only month left is going to be February. So we have to handle leap years. Now, what are the characteristics of leap years? Leap years, when you divide them by 4, you get a remainder of 0. They are all of the years that are divisible by 4. So And there's some exceptions, of course. Oh, I'd have to write that. There's like every, I guess 100 or 400 years, there's an exception. Um, calendars, man. We're on a moving planet. Anyway, we're just going to imagine that this applies to every single divisible by 4 year. So for leap years, we got to look at that past birth year. That one right there. I'm going to copy that. Look at that past birth year. So if the past birth year, and does anybody remember what that operator is right there? What is it called? What is that operator called? That's right. It's called the modulus operator. The percent symbol, when we use it here in JavaScript, written like this, that's saying the past birth year, whatever number that was, modulus 4. What that means is divide the past birth year by 4. What's the remainder? If the remainder is 0, this is going to be true. If the remainder is not 0, this will be false, and it will be skipped. So if it's true, then I can go steal this line of code, because that's all I got to do here. The birthday limit is going to be 29, because on a leap year, the birthday limit's 29. And then the only other possibility is we're on any other handle all the rest of the ordinary febs. And so in this case, our birthday limit's going to be 28. Now, we've put this time and effort into creating this new variable, birthday limit, assigning it a value depending on what valid month was passed, because we got past the point of the valid month. We know we got a valid month, so let's figure out which category, 31 day, 30 day, 29 day, or 28 day. What's it going to be? Then we need to use this. We're no longer going to be using, copy just birthday limit. We're no longer just going to hard code the number 31 right there in this next line of code where we now get our validate the birthday. And so we're going to paste right there the birthday limit. So, depending on what month got sent, that number will be different. Don't need to mess with the years. Now, there's one other place where this birthday limit thing is going to come up in this code right here. And that would be right in this spot right here where we've got 1 to 31 right there. When we're giving the feedback, we need to actually work that birthday limit thing into this spot. So if I just highlight the 31, and if I put in the double quotes right here in code.org, it automatically puts that inside of quotes. And that actually turns out to be exactly what I want to have happen. And in that space, I'm going to put a space, a plus symbol. I'm going to paste my birthday limit, another plus symbol, so that I can insert in the middle of that string 1 through a number, please. I can insert that number, birthday limit, whatever got into that, depending on what month got entered. And this will all work now. So and there's one other little glitch here. Sometimes it doesn't work. So far, it's been very consistent, not working the way I want it to. So let me put in like 5 and 17 and 2006. That's going to be a definite day that we should be able to get our fingers on. And yeah, it worked. I got returned true. Let me go back to home. Let me put in an invalid day like, 58. All right. And then find a birthday before mine. Oh, 1 through 12, please. Let me put in a valid, I was a valid month actually. Let me put in an invalid date. Let me put in like 32. And for my year, let me put in 2009. And up here in this one, I'll make it happy and I'll put in a 2. Find a birthday before mine. And yeah, it's all still working. 1 through 28, please. So that's interesting. Because it just took the past birthday and it modded it and figured out it's a 20. That for 2009, it's a 28 day. All right, so everything appears to be working. If I enter a real valid date like 2/25/2006 and hit find a birthday, it takes me over to the birthdays before screen. I can use my navigation to navigate back. That new functionality works. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I'm just covering the verifyDate function here. And I'll see you in the next video where we're going to do the load filtered before list function. I'll see you in that.